welcome to my living room. What we're doing today is organising all this tackle and putting it into my new tackle storage bag. This is going to be my new way of fishing. So basically, it's a rucksack come tackle box. Got it off Amazon. Others are available. But what I learned is I've got my GoPro strapped to my chest, so having the vest on was interfering with it. This comes with a handy little seat box as well, and it means I can open the box, show you more things, be better for learning. Also, what I'm going to do is go through like a basic guide as to what you need to start fishing. You've got here, I've got an absolute mountain of tackle, but I'm just going to give you a good idea what you do need, what you can use, and probably in this case what I've bought that I don't need. Let's get into it, and hopefully by the end of it you'll know exactly what you need to start fly fishing. I am doing a cheap equipment versus expensive equipment video also soon. Unfortunately the cheaper rod hasn't landed yet, but it's not far away. Let's get on with it. Right, so in the box currently there is absolutely nothing. I've sort of decided in the top little compartment, handy, absolutely loads and loads of storage space here for everything. I'm going to put my most frequently used items. So we're going to go for bungs first. And I think I want to make them little compartments. And again, do you need bungs? I would highly recommend it. You can get, I mean, this full bag I think was a tenner off eBay, or maybe that's two of them into one, so 20 quid's worth in there. These little ones, they're off Stillwater Flies, a gent in Scotland called Steph. Absolutely brilliant, brilliant little bungs. Highly recommended. They're only 75p each on his website, so 10 of those, $7.50, cheap. Do you need that many bungs? Absolutely not. But at the same time, for me, because I teach a lot of people, or I have especially been recently, they tend to snap off more often. So I buy more as sort of protection for that as well. Next, we're going to go for some rubber bands. The reason I'm putting some rubber bands in is because I use these to dry CDC flies. I'll be doing a tip for it on Saturday morning, but long story short, you put that in a loop, put the hook of the fly in there, and you just twang it. I'll show you properly on the day, and honestly it sounds ridiculous, but the fly is dry in a couple of twangs and you're sorted. These are some specialist pike fly leaders. If you fish for pike on a daily basis, you'll need these. In a normal tackle box, probably not. As you can tell by the packaging, I've just ordered these. These are for next Sunday's trip out, where I'm hopefully, fingers crossed, going to get us a pike on the fly from Keswick. They're sort of like a wire trace, but a bit more modern. They're meant to be a rock hard fluorocarbon the pike can't bite through. If that happens or not, I don't know. As you can see, got some new drop back bung sent, so I'm going to put these in as well. I've done a bung video actually, but I haven't done a bung video setting these up, I don't believe. So when I go to Scotland, I'll do one for the tackle in Scotland, and I'll show you how to set these up also, because they are expensive, but they are very good, especially in more spookable fish waters. In a pack, you get 2 drop back bungs and some bung stops. But again, I'll demonstrate how to use those on the water. I'll tell you what I would love, guys, on a separate topic, non-fishing related. I would love to know if anybody has used a GoPro for filming, what sort of laptop / editing software they use, because I'm having a lot of problems with mine going from standard definition to 4K or 5K. It's editing really, really slowly. Again, for your standard fishing technology, back to the video, you'll need, I'd recommend these. These are really lovely soft tapered leaders. Highly recommend those. They're very, very handy. Just onto your line, straight down. You can tie off into different flies. It saves you using so much tippet material. Me, I do use both. I use a lot of tippet material also, being honest. I do use a lot of tippet material. Probably more than what I should. Especially this stuff. Again, you will need a roll of tippet in your box. Other tippets are around. I would highly recommend you try this first. It's about £9, I think, for a roll. It's my absolute favourite. Fluorocarbon's stupidly expensive at the moment, but this stuff is the absolute daddy for me. It's caught me so many fish recently. And that's just more standard tippet material, just slightly heavier weight. That's the £10 I use. I quite like the G3 as well. I tried it a few months ago and I wasn't keen on it at first, but it's grew on me now. So far, as things new starters would need, definitely recommend the bungs. Definitely the tippet line. You can't fish without it. And I'd recommend some tapered leaders also. Dry fly floatant. This was gink. Others are available. I like gink. This stuff, if you're dry fly fishing, you will need this. So I would recommend buying a bottle for the price of it. To show you how much I use it, I actually have two. That's that. Now I'm going to close this over. I will think of something to do with these boxes. Not sure yet, but I'll think of something. Now we have flies going in. I'll be honest, anybody who knows me will tell you I have got far too many flies at this stage. So this box is absolutely teeming with snakes, as you can see. And I believe it's, yeah, both sides. Not as bad that side. So I did a little video of organising them not long ago. But they've been in my, see how that box alone weighs it down properly, so it's not a problem. These flies have been rocking around my boot for ages, so it's about time I organise them. Personally, when you're fly fishing, especially when you're a beginner, I'd recommend literally one box of flies. You can get boxes, these are brilliant little boxes. A box this size would do you. All you'd need, some dry flies on one side, wet flies on the other, and a few lures as well. A box this size with about 20 flies on each leaf, honestly, would get you away no problem. Again, Trout Flies UK, I'm glad to say, I mean, I'm one of probably, I don't know how many flies I've got within this year, tons. Stuff like this that they do, little boxes, sets are fantastic, especially for the learners. They do a lot of learners sets, or beginners sets, or still water sets that are really, really good. You don't have to know much about fishing to buy one. As long as you know the type of water you're fishing on, they'll sort you out. RJW is doing something very similar, I believe, at the moment, and he's setting up some beginners boxes. You can check them out on his website as well when he's finished. This is my washing line set. Again, kindly sent to me by Trout Flies UK to use. And honestly, apologise to Trout Flies, I haven't had a go to try it yet. I've never really fished a water that was, in my opinion, big enough for a washing line set. I'll maybe put one on Saturday and give it a go, but I'm saving that for one of my big lake trips. So far, I'm impressed with the depth of this box. This is my main fly box you saw me set up the other week. Again, absolutely fully loaded. You do not need this many flies for a fishing trip. Never in the memory of man will I use all those. But I've got them now, so they come with me. I would honestly say, yeah, just one of each group of fly. Some dry flies, some wet flies, a few lures, because it changes from season to season. This is sort of why I've ended up with so many, I think, and for doing it for so long. This is the first of many. I've got my own little, with the help of RJW, I've started branding my own little boxes up. Because I'm at 1,000 subscribers now, actually 1,400, I'm really, really impressed with how well YouTube's getting on. I really appreciate it. Even TikTok and everything's doing brilliantly. Thank you all very much for your support. I would not be able to do what I'm doing now without you. So these boxes, he's done them for a brilliant price. And for me, if I can brand them up, I'm going to start doing a few giveaways where, as you can see, I've got plenty of flies. I'm going to start making up little fly boxes, possibly beginner sets, some seasonal sets, and just start giving them away on my channel to likes and shares, comments, things such as that, just to help everybody out. That's what's coming next. Again, same principle, but that's one RJW sent me to try. I've got an absolute mess of flies in there. In fact, there's some flies in there from Stillwater as well, which Stillwater's been in touch, and he's sending me some flies to try as well, which I'm very, very grateful for. They look brilliant. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put them, but I'm getting some. That's an older box I've had for a long time of trout flies, which again shows the quality of their boxes and things such as that, because this has stood the test of time. I think that box is about 5-year-old. More modern box, my snake box. I used to keep these when I fished with a waistcoat. These would stay in the waistcoat all the time because they're small, easily compact. Again, for a beginner, even 2 or 3 of these boxes with some dries, wets, lures, perfect for you. You do not have to spend a fortune in fly fishing. As I say, I've amassed this collection over years and years and years. You don't have to spend a fortune. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in here. There's just a load of random little flies. I probably will. This is another big tip. Don't carry so much rubbish that you don't need. And this, for me, is a box I don't need. So I'll be, that one I'll split up. This is me little buzzer box. A few little eggs in there and some big eggs in there. I believe they're off. Well, I want to say trout flies, I think. I want to say trout flies then. They're absolutely massive. I've had fish on them. They're very hard to hook on though, because the hook's buried. My dry box with a load of foam daddies in. Now the foam daddies in here do very, very well. And you'll notice I've got more than one of every fly. The reason I do that is because apart from learning snapping me off, I get snapped off as well. So if you have a fly that's doing really, really well on a day, there is nothing worse than a fish taking it or getting stuck in a tree, something daft like that, getting stuck in weed. It happens. So I would always recommend buying at least 3 of every fly that you use regularly. Another important thing for any fisherman's tackle box, especially fly fishermen, and at the moment it's becoming very prevalent, pair of pliers. These are brilliant because they're sturdy and they fold away. The reason you want these is nipping your barbs off your flies. Very, very important that you carry a pair of pliers. So this is also going to be going in my top box, because I do use these all the time. And I think I'm going to put them, oh, they fit in there lovely. In fact, you know, I've made a mistake. I think I'm going to put them bungs in there, because you get loads of spare of these little tiny bung stops, if you can see them. And I've realised as soon as you turn the box upside down, they're going to bounce out and go everywhere. So they'll fit in there nice anyway. Yeah, that's much better. Excellent. I'm really impressed with this little seated fishing backpack. Brilliant idea. So I can now just go wherever I want, basically. I can just pack all my gear up and off I go. That's better. With those in there now, the box can flip upside down and they won't go flying everywhere. These bungs, they can't really come out of there, to be completely honest. But I'll do the same, so I know where they are. My drop backs can go in that one. There you go, nicely and neatly organised. Now these boxes here, and now I'm not sure what to put in them. This is the thing. Fly fishermen, as a standard, you don't carry as much as other people. And I will store my forceps in there. Again, I won't skip over that. That, highly, highly recommend you get a pair of forceps. Unhooking your fish, they are absolutely necessary. And again, for snipping your line, I've seen people do it with the teeth. Please don't bite monocarbon and fill them with your teeth, because you will damage your teeth over time. These little scissors, I think, were £2. Brilliant for clipping your line short. If you're ever stuck, a little pair of toenail clippers. When I get them in a Christmas cracker, I'm absolutely chuffed, because I use them for fly fishing. They can go in there as well. And again, I'll use them every single day without failure. Now this little box of flies here, again, a box of dries, Box kindly provided again by Trout Flies UK. You could even, as a beginner, you could use this box where to have raw wets, raw lures. I've got a little box, I'll include a picture of it, that I've set up for a beginner. So you can get a rough idea at the moment, but I will include a picture of it at the end of this video. So basically you all know what to, like it's sort of like a beginner's idea of flies. I'm even going to put a list of flies in the description. So if you're looking to get started, you know what to buy. Rather than just go on a website and be blinded. Because a good mate of mine who I fish with regularly, he told me the other day, and it makes sense, when people tie flies, they tie them to catch the fishermen, not fish, when they're sold on mass level. And I believe that they make them look dead glitzy, dead shiny, big lures. In reality, some flies work well, some don't. All flies have the day, but it's dead easy to just spend a fortune without realising you're doing it. And I'm trying to stop people doing that when you don't need to. Says a man with half a box full of flies, but there you go. Again, another tip for a beginner. Zingers. If you have a waistcoat, which I would highly recommend you get a waistcoat or a box, something, because you'll be carrying a lot of stuff in your pockets. It's easy to set a box down, forget where you've put it. When I was about 12, I did lose a full box of flies. I've still to this day, I don't know where they went. Left them at the side of a fishery. These things, for your scissors, for your forceps, for everything such as that, brilliant. And there's always 9 times out of 10, I'll show you on my old waistcoat. 9 times out of 10, which by the way won't be wasted, this will be used to teach people with. I'll let them wear it. All you do, they come with rings, clip them on, done. Is floatant for CDC flies. I'll be honest, I don't use it as much as what I probably should. I use the rubber band method. What I'll do, I'll actually make a very short video. It'll be about 2 minutes long, and I can do it in here of how to dry a fly with a rubber band. And it sounds ridiculous, but it definitely works. So that concludes our video. I really hope you've learned something, and I hope you found it useful. If I've missed anything, because I'm only human, please don't hesitate to comment. I'll reply, and I'll even add it into the description of the video. I really, really appreciate your time. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned things so far on the channel, and I promise there's a lot more big fishing to come. Big lakes, big fish, new places. Catch you next time.